Well, hello class, and here we are, we're in Module 6 already. And here in Week 6 we're going to be talking about Chapter 6 of your book, which is Corporate Strategies, okay? So let's talk a little bit about corporate strategies and what they are. Well, your book describes corporate strategy is that strategy that's concerned with the choices of what businesses the organization is in or what business it wants to be in and what it wants to do with that business or those businesses. So let's start by talking about single and multiple business organizations. There is a distinction between the two. A single business organization primarily is one industry. For example, Coca-Cola or Procter & Gamble, or although it makes thousands of products, it's one industry. They're single business organizations because it competes primarily in the industry that it's in, even though it might have multiple products, multiple markets, and multiple distribution outlets. Now, let's talk about a multi-business organization. Now, we just mentioned Coca-Cola. What about PepsiCo? Pepsi-Cola. PepsiCo is a multiple business organization because, obviously, its business operates in more than one industry. And its business units include snack foods, like if you're talking about PepsiCo, it could be Frito-Lay. Its business beverage is Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, and other beverages. Its prepared foods might be Quaker Oats of North America, and its international business might be PepsiCo International. So although these industries are similar in many ways and they may complement each other, they are different industries. PepsiCo has chosen to follow a corporate strategy in which it operates in more than one industry. So that's the multiple business organization. So, if we were to relate corporate strategy to other organizational strategies, we could say that corporate strategy establishes the overall direction that the organization hopes to go in, and the other organizational strategies, for example, if you look at Figure 6-1 in your book, it looks at functional and competitive strategies. They provide the meaning for making sure the organization gets to where it needs to go. The means for moving the organization are going to be the resources, distinctive capabilities, core competencies, and competitive advantages found in the organization's functional and competitive strategies. So, each type of strategy, whether it be corporate, competitive, or functional, is important to whether the organization does what it's in business to do and whether it achieves its planned strategic goals. Corporate strategies can't be implemented effectively or efficiently without the resources it needs to do that. Capabilities and competencies being developed and used in the competitive and functional strategies, they must be implemented and need to support the overall strategic direction and corporate strategies. So, let's ask ourselves, what are the corporate strategic directions? Well, if you're moving an organization forward, that's going to be a growth strategy. If you're keeping an organization just the way it is, it's stagnant, that's called a stability strategy, right? Not rocket science. If you're reversing an organization's decline, in other words, like Kodak, it was going out of business, like what do we do? Do you reorganize, go Chapter 11, and then you get into what's called a renewal strategy. Okay? So, what is the learning outcome for the first objective in this chapter? It's to outline what a corporate strategy is. And it's those strategies concerned with the broad and long-term questions of what businesses the organization is in or wants to be in, and what it wants to do with those businesses. Okay? The other thing is you want to contrast single business and multiple business organizations, like I just did with Coca-Cola and Pepsi in contrast. And the next thing is you need to understand how corporate strategy is related to other organizational strategies. And that corporate strategy is going to establish the overall direction that the organization hopes to go in. What's its long-term goal? The other organizational strategies might be functional and competitive, and they're going to provide the means, the roadmap, if you will, that is going to assure the organization gets there. So also you want to know what are the three corporate strategic directions which I just went over. Moving forward, keeping the same status quo, or reversing the decline. So that is the end of the first learning outcome objective of Chapter 6.